Hello YouTube, this is MT Shark 7 here, and this is another edition of Game Hunting. And of course I am out on travel, obviously. And I actually picked up a few things driving here, which I almost never do, because I always screw up. I either stop at a thrift store that is closed, and if I pass by a thrift store that's open, I always miss it. So this time, well, last time I was on travel a couple weeks ago, I actually wrote down the thrift stores that I kept passing, and I looked it up on Google and I just added it to my maps, so that way I could just click on it and just navigate right to the next thrift store, so I wouldn't miss anything. So I think the first couple stores I tried to stop at apparently didn't exist. I don't know why it was still on Google Maps. I guess they really need to update their shit, because I just passed by the first place. It was like Mike's Antiques, Collectibles, and More, and that place didn't exist. There was a for sale sign out, and there was nothing there. So I finally stopped at the Goodwill. I always missed it, because it's one of those things where the entrance to the parking lot is first, and then the sign is 4 miles out past it. So once you hit up the sign, you're like, oh, where do I turn? Oh, it was back there. So I finally went to the Goodwill, and they didn't have shit. They was no games at all. I think they had a Wiimote, and it wasn't even the one with the Move Plus built in. It was just an old one. And there was two of them. I was like, I don't want that shit. So I basically just went there just to use the bathroom and moved on, because I don't think I'm going to stop at I usually stop at the market, what is it? The Route 13 outlet market, and there's that one guy that sells video games. He's way overpriced. And I bought a couple games from him, but he just... And he doesn't even take credit card. What day and age do people not take credit cards? And it's rare that I ever have cash on me. I think I bought... What did I buy from them last time? The Metroid and the Adventure Island? I think I might have made a video of that. I can't remember. But I'm moving on. I end up stopping at this one thrift store, which is actually really good. And it's funny, I knocked up and the light said, it said open, and I knew it was open, and it was locked. I'm like, what the hell? And this one kid came out, he's like, oh, I thought I unlocked it. And it must have been open. I guess he doesn't expect people to come in, but this place was massive. It had classic toys, brand new in the box, to all this old furniture and stuff. So I went in there, I looked at they had a bunch of common Atari games. He was selling them for $5 each. So I found one, and it had I think it was $1.99 on here? Yeah, $1.99. And I asked him, I was like, oh, how much is this? $1.99? He's like, well, it's in the $5 bin, but since it's marked that, I'll give you that price. And he was cool. He actually gave me a discount. So these are the things I picked up from that. What place was that? Oh, it's called Marketplace Antiques and Collectibles. I usually put a link in the description if anyone drives on Route 13. They can check it out. And yeah. So I picked up this 7800 game. It's Karaoke. No. And at first I was because I know I'm in the middle of a trade with Chad Bailey, and I know Steve gave him a couple 7800 games, and I was pretty sure this wasn't on the list, which I finally found out it wasn't, so that's good. I didn't want to feel like an ass and post this and then Steve be like, oh, isn't that one of the games I gave you? So luckily it wasn't, so I got this one for $1.99. That probably won't focus, but whatever. So I got that. And then I was looking in, he had everything. Some of the games were locked. It was all over the place. And they had some N64 games. So these were like $5 each, and he ended up giving me like both of them for like $5, which was awesome. I didn't even ask him. I was like, oh, they're $5 each. He's like, oh, you know what? I could bundle 2 for $5. So I picked up these 2 games. Which I never pick up. I think this is the first video I actually picked up N64 games. So first up, I picked up Dual Heroes. So there's that. And then I picked up Saban's Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. And this like cover is kind of weird. It looks like they're freaking... They look like kind of like plush dolls. They don't even look like people actually in suits. It's kind of creepy, which is weird. They don't even, like, you can tell it's like kind of like, I don't know, weird, like action figures. They just posed there and just took a picture. So there's that. So, well, actually, before I go any further, this was actually a good example of winning some. And then the next place I stopped at is a prime example of you lose some. So I went down a couple of stores and they didn't have much. I mean, I'll post a link in the description. I don't want to bore you with my whole travels of going down Route 13. It's kind of lame. But I stopped at this one place, Hospice thrift stores. And here's the address. So avoid this at all costs if you want, if you want to get screwed over like I did. So there's that. And they had these games, they're like $5 each. And they do that shady bullshit where, first off, they're behind the counter where like you can't actually get to them. And they actually had tape. Like, they took like, packaging tape and like put it over these so you couldn't open them. And I was like, are these games like, are they like complete and everything? Everything's good with them? And she's like, yeah, they're fine. So me, I didn't think anything of it. So I just picked up like 4 games. And I come to find out that, yeah, I got screwed over. So this first up is Rebel Raiders. I guess I'll start with that one. This is a cheap game, and it's complete, but the disc is pretty scratched. Is this the one? Yeah, this is all scratched to fuck. See that? Has the ring around it. Fucking bullshit. So there's that. Wonderful. $5 scratched up fucker. And then we got Wild Wild Racing. Now, was this... yeah, this was $4.99. The one I swapped the case, because... see, and I don't know if you can see, there's still this fucking the tape. Is that gonna show up? No, you don't want it to show up? Alright, well anyway, I left some of the tape still there. I didn't get off. Wild Racing, and this one's not as bad, but it's still scratched to shit, as you can see from the reflection there. Wonderful. I'm glad I paid fucking $5 for that. And then there's Snowcross, featuring Blair Morgan. And this is the one, this was actually the $3.99, which I think this was actually worth it, because, well, it doesn't have the manual, but the disc is in alright condition. Probably not, but still scratched. And then this one, SSX On Tour. This was the $4.99 one. And yeah, as you can see, there's the tape there that they try to use, which is stupid. And of course, it came with MLB Slugfest 2003. And this disc is all jacked up. See, it has a freaking bubble there. Looks like a mole. Maybe when I go to the dermatologist next, see if he can remove that for me. Yeah, it looks like someone like took a pen and like stabbed it. There's the indent. I don't know if you can see that. Who cares? It doesn't matter. So yeah, so that's SSX On Tour. Wonderful. And this is a broken ass case too. So yeah, I win some and you lose some. Driving to Virginia. So yeah, so that's That sucks, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Just bullshit that thrift stores would do that and not allow you to check the disc to make sure it's something you want. And I even asked the woman, I was like, can I check it? She's like, no, you can't. I don't know, I didn't feel like arguing. I just wanted to get down because I thought I was going to work that day, but once I got down, my coworker was like, oh, no, we'll work on Tuesday, which sucks because the one thrift store I stopped at, they didn't open until 10 minutes later. And I was going to wait around. It's only 10 minutes, but I was like, oh, well, you know what, I better get down there since I have to go to work right after I drop my stuff off at the hotel. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I know when it opens now, so I know for next time. They open at 9:30, or not 9:20 when I got there. So I stopped at that game store again, and I don't know, I was in like the mood where I really didn't want to buy games. I was just tired from work, and I didn't really want to spend that much on games. I'm trying to limit myself so I don't spend like my freaking whole paycheck on games or any of my, well, in my case, my extra per diem money that I save because I'm trying to pay off the credit card. And so yeah, so I limited myself this time, and I went to the Goodwill next to, what's that video place I went to last time? House of Video. I went to there's a Goodwill next to it, so I was like, let me check out this Goodwill. They have nothing. They just had sports games, and that's it. Nothing, no, like, odd, common game or anything like that. So that kind of sucked. So I was like, oh, well, House of Video is right next to it. And I know last time I was like, oh, well, don't go there because all they have is DDR and whatever, which is true. And they're only $1. Like, they have Rock Band and Guitar Hero, and that's basically, and sports games, that's basically all they have. So I had like $5 in my wallet. I was like, you know what the hell? Might as well buy a couple games. So I took out all their games in their whole dollar bin that they have, and there ended up being only like 13 different games. So I ended up just buying like 4 of them out of the 13. So first up, I got MC Groove's Dance Craze for the GameCube, which I usually never see like any GameCube games in the wild, so I figured I might as well pick it up. I can't play it because you need the beat pad or whatever. Is that? Yeah, beat pad. So, and whoever JS is, just saying, I got your copy, so screw you. And next up, I got Inside Pitch 2003 for the Xbox, and another only Xbox title to add to my only Xbox collection. But this is like I guess this is the rental case. This thing's crazy. It has like some crazy device right there that'll self-destruct, and it does that. They have that thing where like they have like the metal, they tape the metal strip on the disc, and the disc is actually in pretty decent shape. It just little scratches on the edge, but I don't think it affects anything. And of course, well, the back this is falling off, but other than that, it's in pretty decent shape. But I was thinking about fixing it, but maybe they came with these little plastic things to put them in, so I'll probably just keep it in that. And next up, I picked up PlayStation 2 EJ Club World, the music making experience. So there's that. I don't know why they call it EJ. Why don't they just call it DJ? It makes no sense. But yeah, these games are actually in pretty decent shape. They weren't like scratched up like that stupid Hospice Thrift scamming store. And last up, I picked up another only Xbox game, Xbox Music Maker. So there's that, and this is like in pristine condition. I don't think anyone ever played it. They probably just took the packaging out and just threw it on a shelf, which is probably what I'll just do. And that's it. I was going to go out today, but I don't know, I went to GameStop and I was going to pick up the order, but I don't know, I figured I'd hold off. I still have to beat the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, so I figured I'd finish up some of my games before I go out and buy more games, unless they're common stuff like this. So yeah, so that's it. Nothing too fancy or anything. Oh god, I tried to make this video short, but of course I didn't. Trying to... Sorry if I'm kind of out of it, so I should be going to bed soon. I gotta wake up early to drive home. Oh boy. So yeah, that's it. That's nothing too fancy or anything. Trying to save my money up. Shit happens. And there's just nothing stuck out. I was gonna hit up the video game heaven, the good one, but I don't know. I was working. I was just been tired after work. I just didn't feel like going out anywhere. And of course, I bought the PlayStation. I still haven't played any games because I've been trying to catch up. I haven't watched Doctor Who in a while because I've been catching up on YouTube videos. So I figured might as well catch up on some Doctor Who. I thought I was finished up season 3, but apparently Netflix tricked me, and the first episode was the last episode's Christmas special. And I knew there was 13 episodes, so I was like, oh, I thought it was kind of weird when I went to episode 14, and I forgot that's the reason. So yeah, that's it, and I am going to bed, so it's Empty Shark 7 signing out. Have a good night.